everybody. Welcome back to Cast 11. We are so honored today to be joined by William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys. How's the tour going so far?
So far, so good. The people are coming out, and that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, and we're enjoying it, man. It's being able to get together and sing songs again. After last year, the Oak Ridge Boys went through a lot of loss last year. Dwayne lost his beautiful wife of 54 years, unexpected, on Easter morning, and I lost my oldest son July the 1st last year, and then we lost Joe Bonsall, our singing partner for over 50 years, on July the 9th last year. And our tour was started, the farewell thing was started when Joe was still with us.
Okay.
And he only got to do about 3 months of out there with us, saying farewell to his fans. But it's been last year was a heart-wrenching year, but we found that music helped lift us out of the valley of sorrow. And it's been music that has a healing power for us. We knew how strong music was throughout our life, but when it hits close to home and you find that you're holding on to songs and music to lift you up out of a valley of sorrow, and that's what we found. The Oak Ridge Boys have found healing and singing and being together and singing songs in harmony. And it's healing mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritual healing. And that's what we needed after last year's devastating losses to our group and to our families. But again, we're excited to sing. It's been uplifting for us to get back together and sing songs. This year we'll be doing about 75 concert dates.
Wow.
And hopefully next year we get to do at least that many more. So we really don't want to quit singing, the Oak Ridge Boys, the rest of us that are here.
Yeah.
We've had to deal with this loss and these different losses, but again, it's been the music and singing together in harmony that's lifted us out of the valley of sadness that we've been dealing with.
And I think that's so true for so many people. Music has just always been that, it's, I think, the best medicine. When you're in a bad mood, you turn on your favorite song. When you're sad, you get with your friends and you sing. And I think that's just, the perfect, I say we continue this farewell tour for years to come. I think that would be.
I would like that myself. I know it's kind of like Keith Richards mentioned when someone asked him, said, well, Keith, when is the Rolling Stones going to retire? He said, retire?
What?
That would be like a death sentence for me.
Yeah.
So, and I understand that feeling, if you're struggling with losing friends in one hand, and then all at once you're not able to sing on the other hand, that would be a depressing thing to have to deal with in life.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've spent our whole life being able to. The Oak Ridge Boys, for years, we did like 150 days every year of concert touring. And then 3 years ago, or 45 years ago, when the pandemic hit, that's the first time that we had been sent home and wasn't able to get together and sing. But then we started getting together and singing and recorded an entire album during the pandemic. And I called my family together. They told us we couldn't gather in groups and said we couldn't go to church and all these things. So what we did is I got the family together. We got our instruments out. We got around the piano and the acoustic instruments. We started playing and singing old songs that lifted our spirit in the time of a pandemic, not knowing what's going on. We had to turn off all the negative hate on television and get together and harmonize as a family, singing songs of the family. And I took my kids and grandkids back to where it all started with me, songs that my mother and my sister taught me when I was 6 and 7 years old, teaching me how to sing harmony and play rhythm guitar. I played guitar and sing harmonies when I was real little. And my sister played mandolin. She's real talented, and she was the talented one of our family. She's the one taught me to play guitar and sing harmonies, and she could play guitar, mandolin, and piano. She still plays those instruments. But again, the Oak Ridge Boys, it's been a uplifting thing for us to be able to get together. And after all of these years, it's like we find that being close together, that we understand the loss that we've been through.
Right.
Sometimes when other people don't, but it's uplifting to us to be able to harmonize. And when we get together and sing in concert, I would say that we're probably getting as much good out of it or more than anybody in the building, because it's been so uplifting and exhilarating to be together again and sing harmonies after, we were sent home for the pandemic and then getting back out and singing songs together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, and it makes me so happy to hear that, because you hear of bands, you brought up Rolling Stones and, of course, Aerosmith, and you hear of all of those times when they've, breaking the band, everybody split up and they had to try to come back together. You guys have had such a strong group dynamic for so many years. What is the secret to maintaining that? It sounds like you guys have just been peace, love, and, gospel music for, this whole time and just gotten along so well. What do you attribute that to?
Well, again, it's the bottom line is the music, and it's what we chose to do in life. As young people, I know I did. I made a commitment to myself, and that I was going to go for it. Yeah. I was going to put everything I had in playing and singing music, and I had an opportunity, and I took it. It's what you do with your opportunities. I wanted to sing with the Oak Ridge Boys, and I went to them and told them that I did, and asked them that if they had another change in the group, that I would like an opportunity to try out for the position.
Wow.
And a couple of months later, Smitty Gatlin called me. He was the lead singer.
Yeah.
And he said, "Man, we need a baritone singer. Are you still in the, are you still up to trying out?"
Yeah.
I said, "Absolutely." And so that's how it all happened with me. But each guy here replaced a great singer before us.
Right.
So I think that it's not our position to try to shut something down that was started way before any of us ever joined. Our group it's got a long history, so there's been several great singers.
Mm-hmm.
But it just happened that the four of us that have been singing together for 50 years, that's the group that had all the records success and songs that were on the radio. And but yeah, we're so thankful for that, because like I said before, music has a healing power, and that's what we need more often than these days than we used to.
Yeah, now more than ever, for sure. I was going to ask you about your iconic look. It is legendary. Have you always had the beard? You've always had this look, or did it kind of evolve with your career?
Well, it kind of evolved, I guess, with my career. I joined the Oaks in 1965, and then it was in 1980 when I lost my razor. And so I still haven't found my razor. And that's been, 45 years ago.
45 years. Well, don't ever find it, because I think it's a great, great look. So I've researched you guys a lot getting ready for this, and you've won, Oak Ridge Boys have won a few awards, and a couple, you've been inducted to a couple of things. You want to share some of the stuff that you guys have accomplished over the years?
Well, we've won maybe 5 Grammys.
Yeah.
Through the years. A couple of them may be gospel Grammys, but they're still close to our heart.
Yeah.
We're so thankful for each one. And we've won ACM awards. We've won CMA awards, Country Music Association awards. But it's not always about what awards you won.
Of course.
It's kind of what can you do today? How do you feel today? And do you still have the same passion for singing that you had in the beginning? And I say, yes, I do. And I think most every guy in the Oak Ridge Boys has that same passion. So it's the love and the passion for music and singing itself that has kept us together. And it's the being able to sing together that's kept us all together. And having love and respect for what each guy brings to the table for us, their gifts of singing and talents. And so it's a lot of those things. We have to have a love and respect for each other.
I think
to have made it this far.
Just to, listen to what you're saying is, you look at some bands and there's, the star, the lead singer, the guy, the front man. I feel like the Oak Ridge Boys, you're all the front man. You're all the group. I think it's hard for me to put I don't want to just make assumptions, but it doesn't seem to be ego driven at all. It's just some good old boys getting together and singing and playing together.
Yeah, well, you can't allow egos to come in and mess up a good deal. Egos are, I don't know, it's something that I don't know that you have to have a little bit of an ego to even want to do what we do, but then you cannot allow your ego to overweigh your reality of things. And we all have to be realists of what we do and who we are and where we're coming from. I know I never forget where I come from. In fact, I still go back to our family farm in South Alabama, right on the Florida line. I grew up on a big cotton and peanut farm. We grow wheat, soybeans, oats, cotton, and peanuts. Mainly cotton and peanuts that we grow. But and that's where I learned to play music and sing. It was out in the country.
Perfect.
And that's what I still love. So
connecting with your roots. You guys you've had so much success, but when was there a moment where you realized Oak Ridge Boys are part of the American music history? You can't mention the Oak Ridge Boys, and I can't imagine there's anyone around that goes, I'm sorry, who? Everyone knows the Oak Ridge Boys. When did Go ahead.
So I'm not sure when. To me, it's like you wake up every day and you got to continue to either be as good as you were yesterday or better. We continue to grow in life and we continue to grow in our singing career if we pursue it. And that's what we have to realize is every day has its own memories. And it's up to us to make the memories of each day. But again, it takes a group effort to do what we do. You got to have at least 4 or 5 people in one accord.
Right.
So, and again, music is a powerful source for us. It moved us in life as young people, and it continues to resonate deep inside of us. And we honor the great songwriters, great performers that came along before us that inspired us. And we still get inspired by great young talent. Country music is in an exciting place right now.
It is.
All these young talents that are as talented as it's ever been, even more talented, seems like.
I am a rock and roll girl from way back when, and there were two things I would have never listened to, country or Western. And I'm going to tell you right now, country has turned around. It's just changed my mind. And I think too, I've gotten a little older, but I appreciate it now. When you're a kid, you don't even think to appreciate things that you're not, around. I appreciate country. I appreciate the music. And it is an exciting time in country music. But even as a girl that wasn't a country girl or even, into gospel music, we all knew Elvira. We all knew that song and we were all singing it. Did you have any idea it was going to be such a massive hit?
Well, we didn't when we recorded it, but it was after we sang it for the first weekend out on the road. I remember the first night we put Elvira in the concert. We had rehearsed that afternoon before the show. We were in Spokane, Washington, and at the big arena there. And that night we went on and we decided to drop a couple of new songs off of a new album we had just finished.
Sure.
But to drop them into the middle of the show, we didn't say anything about the song. We just sang it. And at the end of that song, I've never heard such a tremendous ovation and screaming and yelling and clapping and stomping there.
Wow.
It would not stop, just would not stop. And we stood back and waited, and it just went on and on and on. So we looked at each other and said, what do we do? We said, let's sing it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's do it again. And you did that. That's great.
And it was the same response the next time. We wound up singing it 3 times there.
Wow.
And it was the same response each time. But after the third time, we said, hey, we got more songs to sing here. And so we finished the rest of the show, but nothing we did got the audience up to the excitement that they did on Elvira. So at the very end of the show, it still wasn't exciting as it was earlier. And we did Elvira one more time as the last song we did. And it was, again, the same response.
Right.
We did that the next night in Seattle. It was the same response. And the following night in Portland, Oregon was the same response. We called the label on Monday morning and said, hey, we don't know what you've got in mind to release off of this album as a single. But this is what's happening with this song, Elvira, every night. And so you might want to think about that and check it out. They did, and boom, it was released. It was a record-setting, rising up the charts to #1 in country. It spilled right over to the middle-of-the-road music and pop and rock and roll. Everybody was singing Papa Mau Mau in the summer of 1981.
I was 9 years old. Don't tell anybody, but I was singing Papa Mau Mau. And what's funny is I had my 9-year-old granddaughter listening to that song. And I said, now, wait a minute. She's listening. She's like, okay. And then it dropped. Giddy up. And she was like, oh, okay. She's dancing with me. And my little 2-year-old granddaughter is dancing with me. And so it's spanning generations. And so it's just, I was like, it's okay. It's about to drop. Listen. And they loved it. They were just, and for days to come, I still heard them, singing it around the house. So it's just such a catchy, I forgot about it for a minute and I pulled it out and I was like, wow, it still is great today. So congratulations on that. It was awesome.
Well, thank you. And it still is. I mean, there was a girl, we did a video on it a couple of years ago.
Yes.
On that song, maybe 3 years ago when Joe was still here. And we had a bunch of young people joined in with us there in the club in Nashville to do that video. And one of the girls was saying that her little daughter was 3 years old and that she wanted her to replay it every time. I mean, she would say, play it again, because she was part of the video and singing that song as a cover band on stage,
I watched it.
Anyhow, but her daughter, she was so excited that her daughter had not been that excited about a song in her life, awesome. Basically, and how it was affecting her the same way that it had other little kids at the time that it was first released.
So I love that you had a couple young kids in there. You had Kid Rock. You had Big and Rich in this remake in the video, and this was the only music video you guys ever did. And how great it must be to have, your buddy still there. But you had a couple, up and coming rock legends rock and country legends in that video. And just a great video. And to have you guys in the background, it was awesome. It was such a well done video.
Well, we also have a brand new video on a brand new song that we did that Dave produced. Yes, we've done Oak Ridge Boys. Our last 5 albums was produced by Dave Cobb. Dave Cobb produces all of Chris Stapleton's albums.
Oh, okay.
And he played on the road with him in his band there during his first couple of albums. But he's done the last 5 albums with the Oak Ridge Boys. And there's a song that he brought to us, our current album was titled by Dave Cobb, the producer. He wanted us to do a song about our mothers and mom's songs. He wanted to title the album Mama's Boys. So there's a new song on that album that he got Aaron Latour and David Lee Murphy to co-write a song for the album. And it's a song called Come On Home. We did a new video with that, and it kind of features Ben James, our young kid that's singing tenor with us.
The new kid on the block.
Yeah, he's a guy he was a guy playing the part of leaving home and going out on the road in his high-mile Cadillac and calling back home from a truck stop in L.A., and his mother telling him to come on home. But, yeah, it's a touching song, but it's an up-tempo, uplifting type song. So if you get a chance to play Come On Home, let the people hear what it sounds like. It's brand new, and it's off of our brand new Mama's Boys album.
Well, we will definitely link that to our interview. And this was so wonderful for you to call in and talk with us. And I'm so excited for, that you're touring. And, like I said, I hope the farewell tour goes on for years to come. And just thank you for everything that you guys have done for music and for, just for being who you guys are. And thank you for joining us today.
Elicia, thanks for letting me be on your show here.
All right. Well, we will definitely get tickets. You guys are going to be out there you go to any of the ticket sites, but Gila River Resorts and Casinos at Wild Horse Pass. They're in Monterey right now. They're just catch you. And I'm hoping that you end the show with Elvira. Please tell me that that's the finale.
Yeah, we would definitely be doing Elvira.
Excellent. Of course. Of course. Well, thank you so much. And I just look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday.
Great. We'll see you then, Elicia.
All right. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Thanks for the time here today.
All right. You are welcome. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.